Hey everyone, it's Teddy, aka James Kazawa and MTGO, coming back to play some Vintage on the channel. This is something that I don't do very often. In fact, I only have one Vintage video before this one where I played Grixis Control in Vintage, very on theme for the channel. And that video was pretty fun. I went 4-1, so I feel like I have some latent talent for the Vintage format, but I know very little about it. I'm not good at it. That's all I'll brag about. Um, and the other kind of fringe thing that happens on this channel is sometimes I play Legacy Doomsday. I'm a huge fan of the deck. I'm horrible at it.
And then after that, I'm gonna crack the diamond, holding prior. No, I'm gonna cycle edge bottom, holding priority, and activate land.
But I'm a huge fan of the deck and I love it. It's something that really excites me as a Magic player and makes me want to figure out how to win, what ways I can do it, best ways to win. It takes me back to kind of how I felt when I first started playing Magic. Despite not having a good aptitude for combo decks, this is something that I could see myself being passionate about and I want to try it. And someone told me, I don't know if this is true, that Vintage Doomsday is actually easier to play than Legacy Doomsday. So I thought, why embarrass myself in this post Duskmourn, post MH3 world trying to play Legacy Doomsday where Psychic Frog and Barrowglyph and there's like a whole creature contingent. It's not really Turbo Doomsday anymore. Why not just try Vintage Doomsday? Because I've been wanting to play Vintage, I've been wanting to play Doomsday. Let's just combine the videos. This list comes from Enrichetta. I just got it out of the 5.0 dumps. Enrichetta is a really talented player. I think we've faced each other in Legacy a few times. And I don't really have any insights about the list, but I'm excited to play with cards like Skull and all the classics. Skull and all the classics. That about sums it up. So yeah, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more Vintage or Doomsday content, just comment down below and let me know. These videos are just fun for me to make, so not that I don't have fun making Grixis Control videos or anything, but the novel nature of these videos gives me a little extra motivation to just get these out. So yeah, let's see what happens. Hopefully I don't screw up too much. All right, let's see if it's true or not. I mean, this hand looks absolutely busted. Two Islands, Gush, Ancestral, Dark Ritual for Skull. What do I do first? What do I do first in a hand with so much power? What would you do with all this power? I think I'm going to Ritual out of Skull here. Sculpt 6 cards. Seems good. Alright, unless they can win in response here, I think we're good. Hopefully. Anointed Peacekeeper. Well, we got a few options here. If they named Doomsday. But yeah, we just had it covered so many ways. This explosion of mana. Attacks of 2 is not going to stop us, especially with that Gush. Okay. Do we want Dress Down? Important to note, we can't win when Dress Down is out. Do we just want Force of Negation so we can stop them from establishing lock pieces? But this deck should be pretty good at playing through almost anything, right? We can play through Bobble, we can play through Null Rod. Am I going to be aggressively wastelanded? Do I want this basic island? Let's try Consign to Memory and Dress Down and go lighter on the truly aggressive to my life total cards. Like, I mean, Skull was great that game. Totally caught the opponent unawares. Flusterstorm seems like it's actually going to be really bad though, so I'll take Skull back and then I don't know if Dress Down's that good. It's gotta be. It's gotta be good. Um, Is this a keep? He needs a land. 2 forces. It feels like a really strong hand, but it doesn't have a cycler or anything like that. So even when I cast Doomsday, then what, you know? Opponent's taking a mulligan. Who knows when I'm going to get mana, though. Let's mulligan. Okay, that's better. We're going to Black Lotus out a Skull again. Back it up with Force of Will. I think I'll bottom dress down, right? Or Time Walk, because I don't want to exile to Force of Will. Do I want to retain blue cards? It's just kind of the most unwieldy. Mox Sapphire. Caracas. Chrome Mox. No Cavernous Souls. Elite Spellbinder. Why not just force that? Literally no reason not to. If I draw a Mox, I can Time Walk after I Skull. Mystical Tutor's not bad either. Yeah, do I just take it easy? What could their last card be? How good could it be? Am I missing something here? I could Black Lotus Time Walk. It's kind of a waste of mana, though. I could Mystical Tutor after that. For what? Dark Ritual? Kind of puts me back in the same place. I think I should Lotus out this Skull and just have really good resources. Keep on going. Choo choo. Choo choo. Skull of 8. Yeah, one more. Okay, that's good. Street Wraith, Preordain, Flooded Strand, Force, Dark Ritual, Dig Through Time, Force of Will, Underground Sea. Okay, great. Flooded Strand, and well, I have Dark Ritual. I can just Street Wraith in the Lotus, right? I need double Force, double blue card. I guess I could pitch Time Walk in an emergency. I do want that land. I really do. So, Dig Through Time? Nah. Yeah, maybe Dig Through Time. Okay. Didn't find the Doomsday. Should only really be a matter of time. They name a Cleric. Do they have another Peacekeeper? Oh, they have Elite Spellbinder. Okay. I don't think this will matter too much, right? If I cast Mystical Tutor right now, then they could grab Dark Ritual out of my hand. But then that wouldn't deal with Time Lock. Should I cast Mystical Tutor? Just get Ancestral? I wish I could just counter that. I'm gonna let this happen. If I take Mystical Tutor, it doesn't really feel like a big deal. Okay. Time Lock plus Skull. I don't see that going wrong. Oh, right. You skip your draw step. Well, let's Time Lock. I suppose I should Skull until I go to 6. So that's only 5 more cards. So Doomsday from 6 puts me to 3. Then I can cycle 1 Street Wraith. So yeah. Ooh, no consultation. What do I do? I guess I need to look for a consultation win. Yeah. So I should Dark Ritual, cast Mystical Tutor for Demonic Consultation, and pay 1 life and try and win next turn. Alright. And now I hope I do not die. Or get wastelanded. Vexing Bauble. This doesn't change anything, but it is a redraw, so I will counter it. Skull, 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 skull. Would you imagine my joy getting to play with Necro Dominance? Hold control, make sure I don't screw this up. Is there a funny card called like Beef Pie? There's no beef. Okay, we got there. Alright. I don't know if that was easier to play than Legacy Doomsday. It certainly feels like an insanely powerful deck. I mean, I got Necro, or excuse me, Skull both games, so that kind of slanted things. Welcome to round 2, everyone. We're on the play, and you can say I'll be mulliganing a little more aggressively this time, after seeing what this deck can do last round. Pretty much I'm just going to mulligan for Skull every time, I think. That card. Well, Necro Dominance doesn't really compare, does it? Like, look at this hand. I have the mana and the Cycler, but I don't have a Doomsday. But I also have a Daze, which is free interaction. And the setback of Daze isn't really going to affect me at all. Luris decks, unless they have a bunch of mocks of their own, which means they have less interaction, are also going to be pretty stretched on mana. I think it's a keep, even though I feel like I'm not doing what I said I was just going to do. Oh yeah, also it's daytime again. Something came up last night. Had to cut my record a little short. Also, the cool thing about a Mox Jet on the play is that they can't even play their Vexing Bauble before I cast this. Unless they lead off on like a Leyline of Anticipation. Then I'll eat my hat. They're mulling down to 5. It's a Luris deck. I'm probably just looking for some busted Luris stuff. There's no way anyone's metagaming against me since I have no vintage results posted online. Cast Mox Jet. And probably leave that uncracked. Just in case I need to surveil. I think it's a shuffle. It's just more of the same. Unless Force of Will is good enough to keep. Maybe it is. Yeah, maybe it is. Don't mull to 5. Whatever. Oh, you have a Mox Jet. You have a Black Lotus. Deathrite Shaman? Sure. Strip Mine. Yeah. Nasty card. Alright, cast Preordain. No. Alright, well, now I'm out of shit to do. Do I take a draw step, or do I start cycling these aggressively? Let's not. I don't want to tip them off. I feel like one Flusterstorm is going to end my life. I mean, I don't know. Does this look like Doomsday yet? Kind of just looks like Xerox to me. Good draw. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Should I just force this? I don't want them to find Flusterstorm. I don't want them looking at 3 cards. Lame. I'm just gonna pretend like it resolved. No, just kidding. Alright. I mean, I can still cast a Doomsday, provided nothing happens next turn. Deathrite Shaman will whittle me down to nothing, but they also have to top deck. Sure. Don't mind that one. They might even cycle it right now. Alright, now we'll Surveil. And in a deck full of so many powerful cards, you would think I'd find exactly what I'm looking for. No. So weird. At what point am I supposed to just hardcast a Street Wraith, though? There we go. There we go. Skull. Gotta be a little careful with this, though. I think I'll just dom up 6. So Shaman will take me down to 2 here. Hold on. I still need to Street Wraith too, so maybe just one more. Okay. 5 cards. Gotta be good enough, right? So I go to 6, and I cast Doomsday down to 3. Then they can Shaman me down to 1. So yeah, I don't think Street Wraith is really part of the plan anyways. Gotta hope these cards are good enough. Oh no. No. Yeah. Ah, I think we lose. I mean, I'll Dark Ritual out of Street Wraith, but then Deathrite Shaman will just slowly whittle me down. Alright. I wouldn't say my opponent so much won this game as I have more lost this game. What do I bring in? I think I just want a couple forces on the play. Well, maybe I don't side at all. I think I'm against like that bug mid-range deck. The Grixis Control of Vintage, I'm sure. Feels like I'm already set up to shred those decks. I just needed to, I don't know. Maybe I should have counted on their last card being Interaction. So instead of forcing Brainstorm, I could have let them Brainstorm. Maybe by some miracle they don't hit. Yeah, I guess they would have seen like Nile Spellbomb and some other cards. And then I force the Force Negation, something like that. Disappointing nonetheless. Keep. This hand seems busted. No bones about it. Let's go ahead and Ancestral on their upkeep. Classic play pattern that everyone tells me I should do. So don't make fun of me. I'll misstep your misstep. Oh my goodness. I got my next land drop. There are better things to misstep, right? Alright. I could vamp for Black Lotus. Dark Lotus. Is that good? I'll take one turn to set up here. Dig through time, huh? Alright, ponder. Then if I don't like all the cards, I can shuffle. But I do like all the cards. Quite a bit. Shoot. What do I do? If I crack Lotus for black, I think we can just afford to be a little patient here, right? Yeah. If I don't get to cast the Doomsday, I can just do a backdoor vamp for Demonic Consultation, Thassa's Oracle. They have 8 cards in hand. But they also tapped out of their blue. So, I don't know, it's tough. I can only really back this up with Force Negation if I use Street Wraith right now. Still have that land drop. I think that's worth it. Well, I don't know, actually. I have another turn before these constructs start up. It'd be nice if that was a Force of Will. Maybe I was supposed to misstep the Deathrite Shaman. I feel like you're never supposed to pass the turn with this deck. Yeah, I think I'll try for Demonic Consultation here. Man, I wish I had a Gitaxian Probe. That'd make everything so nice right now. It feels silly to try and do this without any protection. I don't know. Whatever. I feel like a coward. Shuffle that. Double Street Wraith. Yeah. Alright. We'll try plan B then. Plan B should work just fine. Okay, they don't have a land. What does that mean? It means I probably should have surveilled first. Alright, yeah, there's no reason not to surveil there. What are you doing? Gosh, you just love this card, don't you? Can I end this right now? Maybe. Man. No fun. No. Down to 2 cards. I have more cards than you. Then if I get to dig through time, what are they going to search for here? Vexing Bauble? That might help me more than you. If they go for Spell Bomb, I hope I can cast... I will cast Dig Through Time at my next convenience. The next second I get priority. Now they're going to cast Doomsday. Bowmasters. I can't Force Negation that. It seems like Force Negation has worked out really well for them and really bad for me. But also Bowmasters is kind of whatever. Dig Through Time doesn't care about that. This blocks the 2/2 very well. I already have 2 green loyalty. I'm just going to misstep that. Just stop. Yeah, I feel like if I top deck Doomsday, I'm not sure if I can win, but another Oracle in my hand. Alright, let's try and send it here. Dark Ritual. Demonic Tutor, I guess. I only need to draw 1 card after I Doomsday. Just 1. Just 1. Or do I need a blue card for this Force? No, I think the only way I win is if they draw something unimportant. So we'll stick with that. I wish I could DT for DC. DT for DC. But I can't. I need to find what? Street Wraith off the top? Would I even survive? I don't know if I'll have 2 life left over if they just full send. But they might not. They might want to preserve their Bowmasters. They drew a land. Boy, am I glad I didn't prioritize a blue card. What are you doing? I'm gonna exile my Ancestral. Easiest block of my life. So if I cast Doomsday, I'll go to 5. This should work. Wait. No, I don't have enough mana. Crap. Well, I go to 5. Deathrite drains me. Yeah, no, I need to wait. I need one more mana. Damn, this is such a tough spot. So I can DT and cast Doomsday, go to 5, Deathrite drains me for 2, I go to 3, and then they can full swing, and that's Exacties. If I had one more mana, I could preordain into the Lotus, cast Oracle with a devotion of 4 and win. Am I missing something with Demonic Tutor? I don't think so, because my DC is gone. You only get one of those. Is there like a regrow effect? I don't think there is. I need like another Dark Ritual. I feel like if I cast Preordain, I don't have block on army anymore. It just all falls apart. I think I'll still have the life total to do this next turn if I draw a land. I think. Oh wait, actually the Bowmasters are hitting for 2. So go to 4. Yeah, no, this doesn't work. I think I just lose again by a very thin margin. And this Force Negation has been absolutely horrible. So do I need to preordain? I don't think that does me any good. Can't think of a single card that would do it for me here. Time Walk, maybe? Actual Doomsday. That means I can DT for nothing. It doesn't matter. I don't have enough mana. Bottom, bottom. Well, there's the land. My opponent screws up, and I draw another cantrip, I guess. I don't know. Actually, something I could do is cast Doomsday and not draw a card and just extract a land from my deck. Cast the Oracle. Wait. No, the whole point of drawing the card was that then I'd have the mana to also cast Oracle. Right now I'm one short. So yeah, I still need to draw that Dark Ritual. And, oh yeah, also, I would need to block that. Yeah, there's just so many things wrong with this plan. But it felt like the win was in reach. I feel like it was just a little out of reach. But I'm sure I screwed up somehow. Like, what if the DT was actually a Doomsday? Then I think we easily get that. Dark Ritual Doomsday, Preordain, cast Oracle. They have no cards in hand, and our Devotion to Blue is 4. Welcome back for round number 3. This hand's kind of lacking in mana, but it has 2 Doomsdays, a DT, Time Walk. Force Will if I ever draw a blue card. And we're up against Dredge, so I'm pretty sure this should be one of our best matchups if we can just shred with Force backup. See what happens here. Dress down. It's a blue card for Force, but I'm kind of just looking to go fast right now. I can Time Walk next turn if I'm alive. Chalice on 0. Noted. Sweet Bazaar. Silver Smote Ghoul. Okay, the beats are going to start fast and furious. Although they'll have to exile something pretty impactful if they want to get an Icarid beat in. Okay, there's my blue card for Force. No easy mana with that Chalice on 0. Depending on what I draw here. It's days. Alright. I think I just DT for a land then. I know it sounds kind of funny. Days that. Oh, I could have Ancestral. I could have Ancestral. If I just picked up the Underground Sea. I'm playing like a frickin' Legacy player. I was like, oh, well now I can Surveil again. You know what's better than Surveilling again? Casting Ancestral. I could cast Gush. That's like the bad version and takes me far away from Doomsday. I could have also cast Doomsday if I just picked that up. That opportunity to days just opened up so many opportunities and I didn't capitalize on any of them. which means I must go into exile and shame now. No, we're gonna keep playing. Actually, we'll just keep playing. Is there any benefit to get Dark Ritual over a land? I think no. Bin it, bin it, bin it. Can you even like do slow piles in this game? I feel like I need quite a bit of mana if I want to. Oh, that's lucky. There's a Creeping Chill in their hand. Yeah, I feel like I need quite a bit of mana to do this thing because of frickin' Chalice on 0. They didn't need to have that. Maybe I should have forced that. Maybe it's more valuable than Time Walk. I'm really not sure. Because, yeah, I'm about to get destroyed. With Chalice on 0, I feel like I can't even Street Wraith into a win. But there it is. I'm just dead. They have 3 Icarids? Fuck. I need to go faster than turn 4. I need to go, yeah, I need like a turn 1 or turn 2 win if I want to beat Dredge. Imagine casting DT and then losing. Alright, Grafdigger's Cage. Someone at the Bosch and Roll Discord told me that Tabernacle sucks against Dredge. I don't see how that's possible. I mean, maybe not as good as some other choices against Dredge makes sense, but straight up sucks against Dredge. I know all their creatures come back, but if you can take the pressure off of any creature without haste every turn, that seems pretty good to me for 0 mana. Well, not, you know what I mean. Yixla Drailer, Surgical, Force. What are you supposed to trim here? 1 Street Wraith. Oh, I want to go fast though. Ponder, Preordain. Yeah, alright. I'm not sure why this is in my sideboard. If I don't bring it in here, what do I bring it in for? Don't think I can leverage Skull here. That one, ironically, is too slow. Misstep. And Probe? Do you ever get rid of Probe? How about Dress Down? Alright, let's do it. That's what I'm talking about. Wait, is it what I'm talking about? Well, we better hope it is. Oh my god. This is like the same spread as last time. Alright, it'd be better if I had a card draw spell, but I guess I'm gonna do a pass the turn pile, then have Force Oracle as backup. Hopefully I don't get pelted by Icarids. Okay, that just worked. Ancestral, Lotus, another Oracle, Street Wraith, Time Walk. Seems pretty good to me. Pretty good, right? I'm very pleased with myself. Very pleased with myself indeed. Watch them flip like 3 Icarids. Don't do that. Please. Please. Okay. Okay. I have 2. If I have to force, I can't Street Wraith anymore. Yeah, about that. How can they play Strip Mine? How could they play Strip Mine? I'm so bad at Vintage. Why is this so difficult for me? Well, to be fair, this card is restricted. But does Dredge also play Wasteland? For some reason in my memory, it does not. Alright, I just looked on MTG Goldfish, and apparently Dredge plays 1 Strip Mine in their sideboard, and sometimes 2 Wastelands, sometimes Ghost Quarter. So, yeah. Sorry, I fucked up. This is a turn 1. We'll have to catch this person off guard, although I tried to do that in round 2, and my opponent had Force of Will every time. But I'm probably going to chalk that up to my own mistake, though. I'll just chalk it up to me I should have just let the brainstorm resolve, but that seems so dangerous to me. I don't know. Well, let's get to going here. Wish I had protection for this. Why is every opponent so unchill? Well, they mulliganed, we got a force out of them. Any land gives me Gush. Dark Ritual lets me send it again. Lotus lets me send it again. They got the Saga. They have quite a bit of artifacts. Oh, great. Their hand was super good. Force, Saga, Ancestral. Quite a bit of restricted madness going on over there. Maybe I can get my own restricted card. No. But we're going to try. I think I just tapped both of these for black, honestly. There's DT. So I could just send a Doomsday this turn. If I go for Dark Ritual right now. Oh yeah! Also, thanks to Dress Down, I can keep going. I think they would have forced that if they could, so let's just go for the win. I happy I get to do this. Hold on. I'm not that happy I get to do this because I don't have enough mana. So I should have put some protection into this pile. Crap. Oh, hold tight, everyone. Hope we do not die. Although this Dress Down, if they have to also interact with Dress Down. Okay. Let's see what they got for me. Mox Ruby. Some sweet Jeskai Moxes over there. Imagine holding those in paper or real life. The One Ring. Well, who really cares about that? If you counter one Oracle, I'll play another one. I can afford that, right? Let's see here. So I got 5 mana, Ancestral, Oracle, yeah. It just works, okay? You might have protection from everything, but I've seen into the ether. I've seen the cosmos in that tiny pearl. Alright. So Phyrexian Metamorph means this is Jewel Shops, right? That was a sweet gush. I'm pretty sure this is Jewel Shops, which means we want Null Rod. We want my voice to come back. I want Steel Sabotage, Consign to Memory. Saga is restricted now, is it not? 1 second. How badly do I want Null Rod? Probably pretty badly. Force Negation. I'm on the draw. Let's get Daze out of here. Seems like it's not going to help that much. And also Flusterstorm costs mana, which is not good. And also, I feel like Steel Sabotage is going to be a little more helpful. Although, maybe not actually. I think this is for like workshops, right? Even though this is Jewel Shops. I don't think Metamorph is in any other deck. I know Jewel Shops and Workshop are different decks. And how important is Dress Down now that there's only one Saga? One Dress Down for one Saga? Or should I bring 2? Then I can cut my Mox. They don't work very well with Null Rod. Maybe just 3 forces. Okay. I don't think I've ever played this on the draw. And Ritual out of Null Rod. That sounds pretty good. Force whatever they do, but keep in mind we'll be losing Gush. No Saga. That's a relief. Man, the first video I made for Vintage, Saga was not restricted yet, and I can't imagine just keeping up with 4 in this format. Ah, Flesh Raker. I don't have any removal spells, so this will destroy me pretty quickly. Gotta figure this one out. I have the ritual, though, and a way to start the pile. Shouldn't really be an issue. Alright. Opponent has passed the turn. Kind of. Okay, cool. Been dozing off. Magic sure is boring, huh? Sure. Alright, they're a little light on resources now, but I feel like 2 cards can still win. If I have to force whatever they do, I'll be pretty sad to lose this gush, because it feels like my only action. Feels like they have even more force of will action. So I'll go ahead and ponder here and see a lot of ponders. Sure, I mean, it's another look. Vamp, that's got to be good enough, right? Vamp into gush, backed up by force. A force I can't cast. Could I have won this turn? Well, no, because there's no fast mana in that ponder. I think I'll just let that one go, right? It doesn't interfere with my plan. And if I don't win, like, next turn, I don't think I'll win anyways. I gotta prioritize what I'm after, you know? Gotta look out for number 1. Alright, so what order do I do? Do I do this in? I think so. It's so important that I get Ritual, or Black Lotus Ancestral off this gush, so maybe I don't. Well, I got my land drop already built in with this gush, so I could just get Ancestral. Although, I don't know what I'd be playing around. I'm not beating Flusterstorm anyways. It resolved. What does that mean? I can't believe I cited out my Mox Sapphires. That was stupid. Oh, that was stupid of me. Alright. I think we've done it. This land is meaningless, though, because I screwed that up. If I fetch, I will not survive. Hope this works. Okay, cool. I was expecting some kind of consigned memory. You know what? If I can get a positive record, I'll be really happy. So the stakes are very high for this final round. Let's go get it. Hey everyone, sorry about this, but I did not record the final round. Spoilers, we did get the 3-2, and we were up against Dredge again. And I opened this hand, and I thought it was pretty strong, but in retrospect, just a couple minutes later, it doesn't seem that good. It has protection, but it's not really going anywhere, you know? But then I see Mox Sapphire, which seems pretty good, because now, next turn, I can Time Walk, Brainstorm. It's like a very good legacy progression. I can keep a lot of options open. I have a Force of Negation and all that, but I was not counting on being under so much uncounterable pressure. And I think it was at this point I was talking about how the Force of Negations were not really that helpful this league. So yeah, I'm able to Time Walk, and then I Surveil to set myself up for the most useful extra turn possible. And I bid Misty Rainforest, and I'm hoping to find my combo and just go off here. I find DT. Um, so I decided DT twice, and then cast Doomsday, and oh right, I made a huge mistake here. I thought the Daze was still on top of my deck, but I had forgotten about DTing. It's not conjure a card into your hand. You have to search your library and then shuffle. So when I brainstormed instead of flusterstorming, it was because I wanted to daze this Force of Will. But yeah, it was just complete idiocy, as usual, when I'm playing Doomsday. So instead, I get countered. I know what my next two cards are. I'm getting domed. It's just over. Even if that Doomsday resolved, like getting hit by Creeping Chill and a Nicarid, it's very possible I would have just lost anyways. So yeah, I kind of needed them to not have interaction. And I conceded shortly thereafter. Pretty sure I sideboarded the exact same way as round 3. Oh, but this time I realized dig through time, not really for this matchup, since we're just trying to win on turn 1 or 2. And then oops, sorry, let's start over. So I thought that hand was kind of interesting. Had 2 Force of Wills, a Probe, a Doomsday, and a Consultation, and also Mental Misstep for what it's worth, and Gush. But since I didn't have any lands, I thought it was a mulligan. But I was thinking about it. Let me know if that's insane. And I see a much better hand on 6. I think I bottomed the Consultation. Daze is just as good as Force against the deck with no mana, so I think I just went turn 1 Time Walk. I think that's what I did. And then turn 2 Doomsday. There were a lot of draws that would let me win on the spot. Flusterstorm, not one of them. And it turns out they just didn't have interaction anyways, so I get to keep my Daze and my Flusterstorm. I'll make a nice quick pile with 2 Oracles, a Force of Will, an Ancestral, and a Black Lotus. And I'm ready to just like shred next turn. And hope they don't flip like 3 Creeping Chills. But since they're on the draw, they actually need to put stuff in their graveyard to get their dredge going. So yeah, we're just good to go here. Cast Ancestral. They respond by casting Noxious Revival on my Doomsday, which wouldn't have changed too much because I still would have gotten Lotus and one of my Oracles, I believe. No, I would have gotten Force, Black Lotus, and yeah, Oracle. No, I would have gotten Doomsday, Force, Black Lotus, I think. So maybe it was correct to daze this. I would have went back and checked the tapes, but I wasn't recording. And I should have realized I wasn't recording at that junction. So yeah, just kind of all over the place here, but what else is new when I'm playing Doomsday? So I dazed the Noxious Revival. I'm prepared to also fluster it. And then I draw these cards, and I play my land and my Lotus, and then I cast a Thassa's Oracle with Force Backup or Flusterstorm. I didn't even need the Lotus. I could have gotten a different card. Yeah, everything was just kind of funny about this. But a win is a win, scoreboard. Sorry, opponent. Now, this game was a little more interesting since I'm on the draw, not where you want to be. And this hand is really slow mana-wise. We have 2 expensive spells, and then Vamp, which is card disadvantage, but has a lot of mobility being an instant, and then Ancestral Recall. But I think it was worth keeping. It is very strong, and with all these lands, I could set up a potential Gush pile. They take a mulligan, and they're good on 6. They have a Bazaar. They also have a Grief, so pretty strong hand. I feel like any dredge hand with Bazaar and some kind of free interaction is pretty good. And I think they took Ancestral, yeah. It's just like the most raw power. And then they also hit some dredgers and a hollow one, so I don't have a lot of time to figure this out. And I draw another land. Not great, but I need to try and win next turn, so hopefully this one card in hand goes down to 0. I don't have to worry about any kind of interaction, and I can just shred. And I believe the line I chose was Vamp for Lotus. cast Lotus for, yeah, cast Lotus, then cast Doomsday, then DT for Gush, since I have two islands, and then pick up some interchangeable cards like Street Wraith or um, Thassa's Oracle or Black Lotus and stuff. But since you have to shuffle your library with DT, and Creeping Chill is something I have to think about with these dredgers, even though they don't have a Grave Troll, they have a Shambling Shell and a Thug. It's still super risky, but I'm facing down lethal either way, so the best bet was to get Street Wraith by far. It would have been horrible if I gushed into two cards that weren't Black Lotus, so I needed some kind of redundancy in my Doomsday pile, even though it was kind of risky. I'd rather bet against that than I'd rather bet against them missing on Creeping Chill than me missing on Black Lotus, because it's a 1 in 4 shot. It's pretty scary. So I vamp. I get to put Black Lotus on top of my deck, untap, draw Black Lotus, cast Black Lotus, cast Doomsday. It resolves. Great. They only have two cards in hand. I know one of them is Golgari Grave Troll. So yeah, I believe I just went and grabbed Lotus. I reflexively went for Ancestral Recall here because I feel like that's what you always do. But then I was like, wait a minute. Since I have to shuffle my deck, like what if I gush and draw Oracle Flusterstorm? Then I just lose. So we needed some redundancy, which led me to get the Street Raids. And yeah, we're just going to dodge Creeping Chill. There's no difference between 1 and 2 Creeping Chills here, since Street Wraith cycles for 2 life. And they hit Force of Vigor and Force of Will, Mental Misstep, all this stuff, no Creeping Chills. So the last card in their hand was Narcomoeba, it looks like, I think. So yeah, pick up Gush here, cast Gush, Street Wraith Lotus. Next card was Oracle. Cast the Oracle. And we get a 3-2. So yeah, close one, huh? It went way better than I expected it. I'm very happy to have pulled out a 3-2 on my first run with Vintage Doomsday. And this deck seems super powerful. I'm not sure if it is actually easier to play than Legacy Doomsday. I'm not sure about that. It's a lot more complicated, and I just have a lot less format knowledge in Vintage. So it had a lot of challenges associated with it, but I had a really good time. Figuring these decks out is really fun, and I love playing with Necropotence. Just such a crazy card. Way better than Necrodominance. Not even close. I think that's about it for now. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more Vintage content, leave a comment down below, and I'll see what I can get going. I like the format a lot. It's a nice change of pace from Legacy. Just a really nice change of pace. Alright, that's it for me for now. I'll see you next time.